Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode on the Ignitor SMP server, Season 3, Episode 8. So at the end of the last episode, we promised we were going to get into Megabase territory, and that is exactly what we're going to do today. And right off the bat, I think we're just going to jump on over to exactly where our Megabase is going to be. There it is. Right there. Just across the water. This little hill, I should say this big hill, this mountain, this whole area around here is ours to do with as we please. We have some neighbors, of course. We've got Vid MC over here building his incredible game that we're going to check out later. Over this side of the mountain, we've got Dippy Blether's llama sanctuary, which is absolutely wonderful. I love this place. We're going to have to bring over some rescued llamas if we ever come across any. But isn't it lovely? Oh, look at the sun setting behind it there. That's just perfect. And over the other side here, we've got Xenocorpse, who is building some incredible modernist tower. We won't go too many spoilers, but yeah, this mountain here, this is ours. And we've got some big plans. So, we're not going to build on this mountain, we're going to build in it. Yep, we're going to take out the inside of this mountain, and we are going to build everything else we're going to build in this series on the inside of this place. It's going to be incredible. It's going to take probably at least the next year, maybe longer, and I can't wait. I really can't wait. I've already been dabbling a little bit in the creative world, and I'm going to find a way to show you all some of the progress we've made there. But for the time being, we've got to make this thing hollow. So how exactly are we going to do that? Well, I'm not going to use a pick for much of it, that is for sure. So what we're going to do in its place is blow the mountain up. Yep. You heard me, this mountain has got to go. The whole thing, everything inside of it, we just got to blow up in a gigantic hole in the map, probably the biggest one on the server so far. And in doing so, we're going to be able to terraform over the top of it again and rebuild the mountain back over top later on in order to preserve its mountainy goodness. But yeah, we've got to make a lot of space to build everything we're going to do this season. And we're going to do that with a TNT trencher. That's definitely the best way. A similar type of thing that you would use to remove like the end, as Painting had done very recently. And these are very efficient at just sort of going back and forth, moving along and destroying everything in their path. As we just looked at, we've got some neighbors, and there are some things in our path. In particular, Dippy's llama sanctuary here. We've got to make sure we protect this, because as we just checked it out, it's gorgeous. We don't want to do a tiny little spot of damage to this whole thing. So I brought some obsidian with me, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a little bit of a shield here to protect it from any stray TNT blasts. Okay, this shield should hopefully do the trick. It better do, because I haven't got any more obsidian. I actually went and mined another stack and a half in order to finish this off to be the size I needed, and ran out again. So yeah, it better be enough. I hope it will, because we're going to be TNT trenching probably from about this line, I believe, somewhere around here. So it's only to catch, stray TNT blocks that sort of land here and bounce off in the explosions. I think we should be good. And so the next thing we need to do is actually build the TNT trenches themselves. And they're going to be sitting up here in the air. There's going to be a return station over there that it bounces off of. And that's going to enable us to start blowing up the mountain. So we just need to figure out the exact position this is going to go. And we're going to put this guy in. It's been a while since I made some of these flying machines, and yeah, I kept triggering the TNT. I always forget that you've actually got to push the rail into place. So we do this, and then we put the minecart on the top, and then we should power this. That pushes it on. Nice, and we can remove that. We need to do the same over this side as well. Okay, just got to stick in the return station over there, and we're ready for liftoff. Perfect. That's the return station all in place and everything in the right state. I think we're looking good. We're about ready for takeoff. Now, you might be asking yourself, John, look at all this slime. Where on earth did you get this from? Well, do I have a story to tell you? If you remember, I think it was episode maybe 1 or 2, we were desperate for slime because we wanted to do our mini smelter, and we needed a few slime blocks and sticky pistons, etc. in order to make the carpet tuber for that. And yeah, we went out to a swamp and we found loads of our own. But since then, others have made slime farms on the server. One of those people is Minion. Minion and Onyx have had this incredible industrial district they've been building way out west, and they had something that we needed. They really needed beacons. We really needed slime. So we went over there to cut them a deal. Now, the footage got a bit messed up. I lost all the audio and it's half the quality as usual, but I'll let you know what happens. We did the deal. Minion was very kind and gave us more than we asked for because he'd just been AFKing for it, and we've been trying to arrange this for a little while. But here we go, 1 stack of beacons for 1 shulker of slime blocks, plus all the extra as a tip. Couldn't be happier. Thank you, Minion. Thank you so much for that. While we were out there, we also took a little bit of a tour and they showed us around. They have this absolutely insane set of farms, including a sheep farm, along with netherwort and mushroom farms. They have a creeper farm. They have an iron golem farm. They have one of the biggest trading halls I think I've ever seen, and probably the largest slime farm I've ever seen. This is a 9 chunker. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And finding all these chunks really helped them figure out that this was the place to build all of this stuff. And this is where our slime came from. So thanks, Minion. Thanks for the tour. We'll pop by again sometime soon to see how things are progressing, because since we recorded this clip, a lot has changed already. And I'm sure at some point, again, we are going to run out of slime. So we'll be back. This isn't the only plans we have for slime this season. We're going to need a lot more of it for some other applications in other areas of the server. But yeah, this is the first major one, and we're going to need to build quite a few of these. This is not the only one we're going to be running. We'll probably just run one at a time, just to make sure we can control what we're doing and it doesn't get out of hand. But yeah, if you've noticed, this mountain isn't rectangular. It is a very organic shape, as many mountains are, and we want to be able to carve out the very center of it whilst preserving the outside as much as possible. That means we're going to rebuild this flying machine again and again until we carve out a very specific shape. I'm just going to make sure, do a last couple of checks, and then we're going to have a bit of fun blowing up this mountain. Everything appears to be lined up. I guess we'll find out in a minute. And yeah, I think we're ready to jump into this. Like, literally jump into this. That's how we do it. We just got to break this block, and okay, we are off. Here we go. We're on the flying machine. We are duping TNT and dropping as we go. Hopefully we are high enough off the ground here for none of it to bounce back up and blow us up. We shall see very shortly. Okay, this is looking good. Here we go. Moment of truth. Did I get the alignment right? I did. Haha! We're bouncing back. We're going the other way. The trenching is occurring. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Well, this is going to take some time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a time lapse and watch this do its thing. We are obviously not going to take away the entire mountain, but as you can see, this first section is rather sort of rectangular shape. So we're just going to carve out all of this for the most part, and we'll stop it when we get a little bit further down the road. See you in a bit. this is going pretty well. As you can see, we've got a rather large hole forming and doing a pretty decent job of hollowing out the very center of this mountain. But we've just got very close to the edge here. I want to preserve this as much as possible. And Light John is doing an outstanding job of making sure the machine stays loaded. But over here, I'm just going to put in the stop block. Boom, that'll stop it when it gets here. And I've just been building the next one back there. And from here on in, we're going to step it back a little bit. It's going to be going this way, and I guess we're just going to rebuild the return platform around here for the minute and send it back on its way so it's a shorter distance. And we'll keep doing the same, moving the return platform in as that stays on the same line back there. And try and follow the contour of this mountain as much as possible. There we go, we just stopped. So I'm gonna do all of that, and then we can continue with the hollowing of the mountain. Oh yeah. Fantastic. Nice one, Light John. You have done us proud, and we have an extra bit of hole dug. So I shall reveal pretty soon what this extra little area is for, but we do need to extend it under this way a little bit further in that direction, but we'll do that by hand with a beacon. That is next. But yeah, there's a lot of unfriendly characters down here inside this mountain, so we're also going to have to do a bit of a lighting job just to make this a safe space to work for the interim. It's going to be very hard with these walls because there is 1,000 places on a ridge up there where a creeper can spawn and fall down on our heads. This is like a caver's worst nightmare, but it's going to be my base. So we've got to make it safe. But for now, I think we can demolish this little flying TNT machine here. We've done its job. We'll leave this one in place because the intention is to continue it further in that direction. Many weeks, months in the future, once we have done what we plan to do with all of this. But for now, this is awesome. I'm super happy with our progress. Despite the TNT machines doing a great job, we need a bit more accuracy for what we need to do next. We need to take away the walls and a bit more of the floor down to a deeper depth. And then we also, beyond that, need to start digging inside of the cave, sort of underground, making an enclosed area. So it isn't possible to build a TNT flying machine to fit in there, at least without creating all of the space necessary first. And by the time you've done that, you've mostly dug all of it out anyway. So that's exactly what we did. We made this really big hole, and that should be the end of the digging needed for now, I hope. And just like that, we have the hole in the desired shape that we wanted. It's pretty big, as you can see. Up here, this was the level the first TNT trencher blasted to. Then we did the internal piece, which came down to just above where we were standing right here. All of this and all of that over there, pretty much dug by hand. We used some TNT because we needed to, because that was a lot of pick action. But we bought out the server shop supply of TNT. Then we bought out the server shop supply of gunpowder that was available on sale. And then we went and did a special deal with Vid after that and bought 10 shulkers of gunpowder, which I've used about 4, and we only got lots and lots of sand, and made more TNT, and made enough to get us where we needed to be. So this is where I wanted to get to with the digging for now. It needs some tidying up. We obviously need to decorate this. We need to get rid of all of the blasty bits, probably fill those in, I don't want to see the natural stone anywhere in here. We want to decorate this, coat it nicely in an appropriate material type. And yeah, we've come over here now to carry on with the next bit of the build, because I have plans for all these holes. These are all perfectly shaped with intention. There's lots and lots for us to do. I've lit everything up so we shouldn't get any spawns here, because I was being harassed constantly as we were mining all of this stuff out. And now it is spawn proof. A lot of the caves are lit, and we're in a good place to start putting in the beginnings of our really amazing plans that we've got for this place. It's going to take us a long time to fill this with everything we need, but we have a couple of very important projects I want to get done right off the bat that are going to enable us to exist in this space and transform it into what we want it to be. I've been gathering some materials. We've got a load of stone bricks here. Those shulkers we were standing on over here have a lot of the other things we're going to need for this next little build, including a lot of glass, some lighting, lots of pistons and kelp. That might give you a clue there. Some redstone, and I had to make, oh my goodness, so many observers and droppers that we're going to need for this. I don't think I've quite got enough to complete everything I want to do, but it will get enough of it done for it to operate. So let's hop into a time lapse now, show you that next build, and if you can guess what it is as I'm building it, leave a guess in the comments, and I'll reveal at the end of the build exactly what it is and specifically what it is for. Let's jump into it. So there we have it. Did you guess it? Yep, it's a kelp farm. It's a big one too. You can see the pistons shooting off behind us there. It's just 10 on hitboxes, and we should be able to see the bits of kelp fly down. This is a design by Mumbo Jumbo. He actually did it in, I think it was season 7 of Hermitcraft. And there's something we're going to build attached to this that is actually also by Mumbo, but that's going to come later because we're going to need a little update to the server to make that possible. So it's been producing while we've been making. It's very simple. The kelp grows, it's seen by the observer, the piston fires, breaks the single piece, it flies off, and it does that repeatedly for all of these layers going all the way up. Everything just gets pushed down by water into the hoppers, and the hoppers collect everything at the end. And we only came out here with a stack and a half of kelp, and we've planted all of that up there, and all of this has been gathering just while we've been making it. So it's just going to keep on doing its thing. And like with any good farm, this is going to probably produce way more than we ever need eventually. So whenever we don't need any more, we can just fire this guy. All these pistons fire, which in turn put a signal through all of the pistons in the entire farm. You can see they're all open. Therefore, the kelp can no longer grow and just stops the whole thing from producing if we ever need it to. Nice. Now, the intention here is for me to build another one of these over here. That's what this gap is for, and have some symmetry to the whole thing. I'm not sure if we're actually going to need it, but we'll probably do it anyway, just for the symmetry, and then we can turn them off when we don't need them. But we've got big plans for kelp, our base, and what we're going to be able to do with this. So this is in the bowels of the base. It's everything still needs decorating. I put some deep slate down, but we're going to need more. Again, I bought out the server's current in-stock supply of, it was cobble deep slate, and I had to smelt it all to get this deep slate, which I really want. And I think we're going to have this as a bit of a theme down here in the lower areas of the base. Shaka Khan, stop being so noisy. So this is great, and this is going to set us up for the very near future, where we're going to do something cool with this very soon. This was rather expensive to make everything. There's a lot of observers in here, so there's 2 for every unit in every single one of these in every single row. So there's 700 observers. So, oh yeah, I had to also buy out the server's current supply of of quartz to do those. So I've been spending like crazy to get this thing done, and the new bottleneck is redstone again. This is all the redstone we have left. We had like 2 whole shulkers worth from deals we've done in the past with other igniters, but that's all we've got. I'm not sure I've even got enough materials to duplicate this again. These are all the observers that are left. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. And that's not enough redstone to make it all. We can make some more observers. Maybe we've just got enough, but this is close, real close. We need more redstone badly because it's going to stop us from doing stuff very shortly. All right, I think we're probably going to leave that one here for today. We've achieved an awful lot. This took me an absolute age. We've made probably the biggest hole outside of a perimeter I've ever made in Minecraft. In fact, this might be bigger than a perimeter that I've made in the past. I'm not quite sure. But it is enormous, and it's going to take us the rest of the season, maybe a whole year, to fill this thing with everything that we want. But we're going to concentrate on down here for the time being. We've got our first proper built thing inside the Megabase, the very beginnings of what is going to become some infrastructure that we're going to come to rely on here inside our new home. So I'm very, very, very happy with that. Ouch. And yeah, we'll have to go and say hi to our neighbours. We need to have a word with our neighbours about the land that is here, because it is on our claim, actually. At the very beginning of the season, we all staked our claim, and I staked this area. And this lovely little llama sanctuary has just popped up, and it is in danger of getting destroyed. I did try to protect it when we were digging the hole, but it is in danger of all of the other things we're going to be doing in there. We're going to be putting in farms that are going to have waste and byproducts, and yeah, we're going to be blasting a lot more down there. So for the time being, we've had to close it. The landowner noticed this site has been closed on behalf of Dark Enterprises until settlement is reached. So yeah, sorry Llama Sanctuary, we're just going to have to come to an agreement. For now, the gates are closed. I hate to be a bad guy, but rules are rules, and this is just how it's going to have to go down. So tune in next time to see what we get up to with our Megabase and what we're going to do with that big old kelp farm, and to see what happens here with our land dispute with our neighbours. You all take care for now, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.